Practice guide, or sorry, test I mean. Obviously your name's on it. If you just started today, make sure you put it on there. Question number 1, type in your calculator. You need 3 decimal places. Number 2, draw a rough graph of what that thing is looking like. So you know if it's growing or if it's shrinking, that type of thing. Number 3, write that in exponential form. So do your circle method. Number 4, write that back to a logarithmic form. Again, you're not solving 3 or 4, you're just writing it in 2 different forms. 5, you're trying to figure out what the final answer is without a calculator. I want the answer that you get. Number 6 and 7, you have to simplify those without a calculator. Again, they should be just nice, easy answers. 8, you have to solve for x, do circle method. That's kind of the easiest way I would do it. What are we on? Number 9, you're going to expand that thing out. Now on that one, I warn you that you have a cube root. That's the weird way that Microsoft does cube roots. They put that 3 way up there. You have to expand that out. 10, you have to combine this down to a single logarithm.
Do you have any hints?
No. 11 and 12, you have to solve for x. You can either take logs of both sides, or you can take a natural log of both sides, but you have to solve. You can do circle method, however you want to think of it. 13, 14, you want to combine those down on those problems to actually solve that out. On that problem, like 13 and 14, it's a lot like what you did in number 10, where you simplify them down, you use the rules. 13, you can do circle method. 14, you just cancel stuff out. That's kind of your hints on those. 15, you have to use the formula. There's only one formula to use. They're using that one formula that's printed there for both problems. You have to show me both and figure out which one is the better deal in the end. But you have to show both sets of work on that one. Okay? Make sure you're looking at how many times it's compounded. That's important on that one. 16, we've done this problem enough times in class, but the formula is printed in that story problem. You have to use the first sentence to figure out the growth rate, and then you have to use the growth for the second part, which says it wants to know a time, like what year it will hit. Okay, so there's it's 2 problems in one. Same with 17. You have to use the formula printed. You have to make up numbers on this one, like I did in class one day where I used 150, right? You make up numbers, so that way you can figure out the growth rate for that first sentence. And then on the second sentence, then you can use that growth rate to figure out when a time will hit, when it will indicate to that certain percent. Okay? 18, just plug in your numbers. Make sure you're reading the instructions and know what you're starting at, what you're going to. That makes a difference what number you plug into that formula. And then the second one, the second part of that one is probably the longest problem on this test. You have to take the most time to do that. Use a calculator if you need one, they're over there. I will walk around and do a book check as you guys are working. So you just work, just ignore me. I'm just going to write down book numbers and double check that you have the right one. For seniors, we'll do book checks on, we'll check in books on Friday this week. Practice guide for semester test for seniors is due Monday.
How about for the juniors?
And then for juniors and everyone else, we're doing math testing Thursday, Friday this week. So make sure you have your Chromebooks ready to go.
If I bring my book
have a
on
question.
Thursday, is there a partial credit option?
Good job.
So I bring one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah. You're fine. You could do that, don't get me wrong. It's just going to. If you get to that, you're fine. Yes. Okay, if you get finished, please turn it in. You run through the directions. Make sure you're taking your time on that. 1, type it in calculator. 3 decimal places. 2, just draw a rough graph. 3 and 4, write them in exponential versus logarithmic. Forgot the final answer for that one. 6 and 7, simplify it down. Solve for x. Expand this out as far as you can. That is a cube root there. Combine this all back down to 1, so logarithm. You can either do circle method or natural logs of both sides or logs of both sides, but you have to solve for x. Combine this down, solve for both of these. This is like what you did number 10. Okay, but simplify this one, you can use circle method at some point. This one, you just can cancel all logarithms. Okay. 15, that's your one we're using for both sets. You have to figure out which one's better deal. First sentence, the formula is printed for you. The first sentence, make sure that you're figuring out the growth rate, and use that growth for the second part where it wants to know what year you'll hit. Same with this one. Use the formula. You're going to figure out the growth rate over this thing, and this is the one where you can make the growth number second class. less than you did that, or 50 and stuff like that. But you'll figure out the growth rate and you'll use that for the second part. The last one, plug numbers in here, know what year you started at, what you're going to, figure out the numbers you've been plugging here, and then the second one should take you longer because you have to do all the solving and stuff, figure out what to do. Okay, if you get finished, done, complete, I would like it turned in, please.